Alexandra Miller is the founder of EL&N, which stands for Eat, Live, and Nourish. If you know London, you know their sweet shops as well. They've got beautiful pink walls, delicious sweets, and I even, believe it or not, Alexandra, welcome. Took my wife and kids there a few years ago to your St. Pancras station location, so it's a pleasure to have you on. Gorgeous shops, by the way. Look at that. We're showing some video right now. Obviously, you're a business owner. 8 locations, 1 outside London. You have been struggling on like so many. What does this vaccine news mean to you?
I think that the vaccine will definitely build confidence for the public backup. During the first lockdown in the UK, people were much more fearful of the virus as it was a complete case of the unknown. Now, fast forward to the second lockdown and things have been slightly different. Whilst, of course, people are still careful and following the UK government guidelines, London in particular has been slightly busier in terms of footfall, and we've already seen a spike increase in sales, which is great. So obviously we were quieter than usual, but we still had a really positive bottom line. But I think the vaccine will be helpful in instilling some confidence back into people to be able to go out and just enjoy life again.
Yeah, and your lockdowns have not been nearly as stringent as some of ours. I mean, here in the Northeast, Alexander, as you probably know, I mean, businesses were shut down, mandated shut down by the government for months. How have you stayed afloat over these difficult 6 to 9 month period? What are some of the tips that you can offer other businesses here? Because we've probably got a few months still to go in many parts of the Northeast.
Obviously, this has been an incredibly challenging year for all industries, particularly F&B. And the lockdown also has brought us great opportunities that we were really able to leverage on as a business. Even during such an uncertain period, we were so fortunate to be going through quite an aggressive expansion. So just like any other business, our ongoing costs had to be controlled. We put certain measures in place to ensure we could operate safely. We streamlined our menus. We were able to streamline our labour line with the help of the UK government furlough scheme. And we were able to negotiate rents with landlords. But I think what has been paramount and what has really been key for us during this time has been our digital platforms. We have over 500,000 social media followers and a 5 million reach. So as a brand, it was really important for us that we used our digital platforms to operate and push ourselves online. We have a retail and merchandise line that we sold via our website throughout lockdown, which replaced a large sum of our total sales revenue pre-COVID, and it allowed us to operate whilst our cafes were closed.
We're actually showing St. Pancras Station now and some, by the way, videos of cakes. I'm so hungry right now. I'm just looking at the stuff. It looks so delicious. Alexandra, please ship some in your pink packaging this way. When you look in your crystal ball, is there a date which, because the vaccine news, you're able to say, I think, on whatever it is, March or June or August, that we will be fully, quote, back to normal? Do you have any kind of visibility on that?
At the moment, no. I think everyone's really skeptical of what's happening and where the vaccine will take us, but we're still quite confident. I think this has been such a challenging time for all of us that we can no longer, predict what's going to happen in the next hour. With businesses, let alone in the next month or two. I did say to a friend of mine the other day that someone did ask me, 5 years ago, where do you think your life would be in 5 years? And I'm pretty sure that I got this one wrong. So I just choose not to look into a crystal ball and instead, just have hope and faith that, we will all come through this trying and testing time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, listen, you're not the only one, Alexandra. I think most people did not necessarily see this coming. I mean, so what are your plans then for the next few years? There are businesses, as I'm sure you know, some business owners, especially a very competitive world of yours, of coffee and sandwiches and snacks and treats, that are not going to survive, that will not make it through. Empty storefronts. Is there a part of you that thinks you're going to be able to grow and expand out of this?
We've been really lucky, touch wood. Throughout the lockdown period, we made a decision to completely re-strategize our expansion model. So now we will be continuously opening sites in the UK through a corporate ownership with a franchise partnership model for businesses overseas. Luckily, we've been extremely successful in negotiating and identifying international partners to roll out over 86 EL&N sites across Europe, Middle East, and the Far East over a scheduled development period of around 4 years. So hopefully for us, fingers crossed, 2021 is going to be a really pivotal year for the brand. And yeah, we're trying to just keep pushing forward and think, limitlessly here about what we could do without having any fear within the business. So fingers crossed.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.